Hey guys.
Hi, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in last week. We got
30,000 views in like 5 or 6 days, and we have close to 750,000 views since we launched our YouTube channel a few months ago.
Yeah.
And hundreds and hundreds of comments every week, which we love, and I'm going to read those comments after we review this week's Orange County disaster.
It is so painful to watch. My girlfriends from Aspen all live there, and they're like, their clothes are, oh my God.
Well, all I know is
we gotta talk about the clothes.
we had a viewing party last night, and the people who were watching the show with us couldn't sum it up. My one buddy said I don't know what it's about, and they all seem to think the show sucked. Kelly tweeted last night, in case you missed it, "Thank you, Bravo. Thanks for firing me. Did me a favor. This is the worst show I've ever seen."
I got how many comments? Of
Well,
course, the haters come out.
On this one, you had a bunch of retweets, a bunch of quote tweets, 939 likes. I don't know how many comments.
I think I got like 400 or 500 comments, and usually Twitter is a place of hate. It's like the worst place that you could. Everyone just wants to take you down there.
Yeah,
that's and they're like, "Oh, you're bitter." No, bitch. I would be bitter if the ratings were really high and it was really interesting and they were killing it.
Yeah, they're not. It's
the
worst rated show in
I would
the
be
history
bitter
of the franchise.
if it was over 1 million each week like we had,
Mm-hmm.
and I would be bitter if it was really interesting and fun, and
they did you a favor.
they did me a favor.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations on that show, which is almost unwatchable. It was really hard for me to pull highlight
I
clips.
almost
because
fall asleep. And we had a party last night.
there weren't a lot of highlights to begin with. If you like our content here on YouTube, please check us out on patreon.com. Subscribe to our podcast, Rick and Kelly Unmasked, on patreon.com. It's unfiltered, it's raw, it's honest, it's real, and we talk about all kinds of cool stuff, have cool guests, cooking segments, Kelly's makeup and clothing tips, and all sorts of fun.
Everybody likes my tips.
Their tips are
I
amazing.
think I should do a show on just tips.
But before we get to the show, I do want to set the record straight on a couple of articles that came out this week about my incredible wife, starting with this BuzzFeed News BS. BuzzFeed News. The Real Housewives of Orange County has a new villain. It's a story about Heather and how cool it is they have a new villain. And in that article, they talk about Kelly Dodd, now Kelly Leventhal, after marrying former Fox News correspondent Rick Leventhal, whose odious racism during the Black Lives Matter protests and homophobia toward newcomer Bronwyn Wyndham Burke, among other controversies, led to her ouster after 5 seasons. They just called her a racist and a homophobe.
Again, it is the same rhetoric with these people, okay? It's like, you're a Trumper, which I'm not, and Trump's not even in office, by the way, so stop with that rhetoric. And secondly, I'm a homophobe, all my friends are gay, and I have a lot of black friends, I have a lot of Chinese friends, I have a lot of Mexican friends, I am not racist.
It's just not okay to throw that label around and to act like it's established when it is the opposite.
Okay, it was Drunk Wives Matter. It was funny. And I know what? I feel like wearing it again because that hat was 7 years ago, way before the BLM movement. And by the way, why don't people talk about the BLM movement? What did they do for black people? You know what they did? They went and they took that money that they got from Amazon and from all these big, huge conglomerates, and they stole that money and they put it into big, humongous houses.
Allegedly.
How come nobody ever talks about that?
They did buy, according to articles we've read, several multi-million-dollar homes.
And here I am wearing a Drunk Wives Matter hat because it was a play on words because I was getting married.
And it wasn't even something you went out and bought and wore out every day. It's something that someone gave you at your wedding shower. And you put it on for 30 seconds and someone took a couple pictures of it.
How is that mocking the BLM?
It wasn't. And it's not okay for BuzzFeed News to say that about you. It's slanderous.
And homophobic. You know how many gay weddings I've been into? I'm going one in June 21st. My gays are, like, that's absurd. My traveling gays, it's absurd. And it's always the woke wacko jackos that write the same thing. You're racist. It's like, it's...
And by the way, if you have a question for Kelly, if you want to get a comment from her for some article that you're allegedly writing, just reach out on email. All of our contact information is posted on our Instagram and other social media feeds. You can ask any question you want and she'll answer it. So Don't write this nonsense.
As a matter of fact,
Like,
and they're all white. I'm Mexican. I'm the minority here. Like, where are all these white writers, woke ass people
calling you
me a racist
when
I'm
actually,
the one who's experienced racism?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's like, shut up already.
Okay.
You're racist. I'm so sick of it.
I am
Anyway.
too. One other article that caught my eye that pissed me off
I
was
get these Google alerts, and so they can't stop writing about me.
soapdirt.com, whatever that is, wrote an article about the Real Housewives, and the headline was, "How much do the Real Housewives get paid?" And the article says, former wife Kelly Dodd was reportedly only making $150,000 per season before Bravo axed her.
That's not true.
Kelly is also reportedly the lowest earning OC wife to date. Okay.
That's not true.
Both of those statements are completely false. I know, because I handle our finances, that Kelly earned far more than that, and that she was far from the lowest earning. When they start the show, every housewife starts at what, 50?
If that were true, say that was true, just let's say for argument's sake that was true.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think that was racist?
Because you're Mexican?
Because I'm Mexican?
I would think so.
Do you think, if I was the lowest paid,
Then why wasn't that the focus of your article?
Yeah.
Why would she be the lowest paid when she was the most popular on that show?
and I'm a Mexican.
Well, here's the fact. It's not true. It's not. She wasn't the lowest paid. She was one of the highest paid.
I just don't understand
When she
where
left.
people can just write all this
And
nonsense.
reportedly from where? Who reported that? I've never seen that before in my life. And now all of a sudden it's reportedly. They just made that up.
This is what's so scary,
me off.
you guys, about when people write stuff, people believe it for fact.
All right.
This is what's scary.
F them.
Okay, let's
Now tonight's show. Last night's show.
Okay.
This week's show. RHOC episode 16, season 16. They're still in Aspen. And Noella asked to talk to Heather. Remember that?
Yes.
And she apologizes. And here is our clip one, Heather's response.
If you feel I have said anything that is hurting your family, that is not what I'm about. And I apologize to you. Do you receive it? Do you hear me?
So it's not how I feel, it's what you've said.
You're not going to get anywhere.
I feel for what you're going through, and I've said this the whole time, which is why when things have come up between us, I have let them go. Because I'm sorry for what you're going through. But at some point, my family and my life is more important to me than what you are going through.
I mean, she is so full of herself and like, oh really? You're important. You sell your kids down the river. Let's just be honest. I mean, you're totally pimping your kids out. It's in every sense of the word.
Well, she also called Noella
So
a liar and a thirsty girl. And I don't know that there's anyone who's
more of a liar and more of a thirsty girl
than
I mean,
HD.
Yeah, I mean, I liked her comeback.
Yeah. They brutalized Noella the entire hour, and we're going to talk about that a
And you
little
know
bit
what?
more.
And that Gina is so mean. I mean, they didn't show half the stuff that they did to Elizabeth last year. I wish they would, because they protected Gina. I don't know why. They're not this year. But she is a mean girl. Like,
coming up, Gina wins the Worst Person of the Week award. That's coming up later in this show. Shannon dressed up for archery, and none of the girls reacted because they're assholes. I wrote.
Yeah.
They're just jerks. There's no chemistry. They clearly don't like each other.
There's no fun. I mean, they're sitting in that bus, and none of them are talking. It was like the most uncomfortable situation. They could be having fun. There could be some, good fun banter going on.
Well, they did go to allegedly have fun, but Noella hung back when they went to play archery. And then Noella howls by the river. And I almost didn't want to use this clip because it's just, you can watch and see for yourself. Knowing there was a camera next to her, it seemed pretty staged.
I thought she didn't have any relationship with her dad. I understand, poor Noella. A lot has gone. Like, her husband left her. She was only married a year.
Yeah.
She's got 2 kids. you know, her dad wasn't really there for her ever, but I get it. I mean, all this negativity, horrible stuff is coming at you. I get it. You're squatting in a house you can't pay for. It's a lot. I get it.
Yeah, but you know, maybe the drama was a bit much. I don't know. For me.
Well, you know what was worse is when Gina keeps talking about what happened to her with her husband and beating the crap out of her, and like that right there.
What bothered me was that Gina had zero sympathy for Noella, and I get that she's just,
None of them
she's
had
just
any
sick of-
sympathy for her.
None of them do.
Except Shannon.
Shannon, but even that was just seemed tepid to me. It wasn't full on. I did cut a clip of Emily's great moment of the week, maybe her best moment of the season, I thought, when she called out Dr. Jen for parroting Heather.
That is the best.
Wow.
Jen doesn't have a lot of original thoughts. She follows Heather around, and if Heather says, "Oh, it looks amazing," and Jen will go, "Amazing."
I don't want to.
I don't want to be involved.
Yeah. And your kids had their first day of school.
They had their first day of
This
school.
was very exciting.
No.
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 And then Heather will say something else like, "Oh, this looks so good," and she'll go, "So good."
The story keeps changing.
Keeps changing. She just repeats everything Heather says.
Is it like a marked trip? It's a marked trip. Oh, yeah.
Okay, that was the only thing that was funny in this whole thing.
After the archery, they picked up Noella for the next outing, but they showed her zero interest or sympathy. That's what you were talking about in the bus when they wouldn't talk to her.
Right.
And she was trying to engage them, and they're just ignoring her. And it's just really uncomfortable.
Oh, and last year, by the way, when we went to Lake Arrowhead, I got a bunch of costumes, like to scare everyone, like clown outfits.
Oh,
and
yeah,
Jay
that's
Townsend.
right.
They stole that idea from
They
me.
did. They wore bear
They wore
costumes.
bear costumes.
And it was so lame. I didn't even cut the clip.
Like
it was
go
just stupid.
go on all fours if you're really gonna be scared. Like don't
They all talked about Noella and her divorce, and they acted like mean girls. Gina started a new fight because she claimed that she was so hurt that Noella didn't remember Gina's friend.
Tatiana. And by the way, Tatiana has been so thirsty to get on the Housewives.
Yeah.
Tamara and I talk about it all the time.
It-
And I bet you Tamara talks about it on her podcast.
She just seemed...
That Tatiana is so thirsty. She wants to go to every event. She's always there. Her and her
Yeah.
friend Jody. It's so annoying.
Well,
And
Shannon-
that's Emily's friend Jody is always on too. But they're like just so bad want to. Like Tatiana moved from like the East Coast to
be
on the show.
Or to try and be on
To
the
be
show.
on the show, yeah.
Well, Shannon didn't remember her either. And it just felt contrived to me that Gina was like coming after Noella for something else, and now is and interrupted her story to accuse her of not remembering her friend and how important that was to her.
God, there's just nothing.
And
And then their clothes, you guys.
And-
This is not how people in Aspen dress. And did you notice Heather Dubrow is wearing short? She's wearing this like in short sleeves. It's cold there. What is she wearing? And then Gina
Wait,
was
hold on.
wearing that.
But before you do that, I want to show the clip first of
Okay.
Gina winning the Worst Person of the Week award for her interaction with Noella. Here's why.
It's not that deep.
It's deep for me.
I just didn't know
That was very personal for me.
you're looking for.
No, I'm not looking for. It's just when comes with my real. I'm protective of it.
I don't know that I.
But you were there, and you should know more than you know. Let's be honest. This bothers me. This shit is the shit that bothers me.
Tina, where are you going?
I can't.
Where are you going?
I'm sorry. Hold on. It's not free. All right. Okay.
Just remember that.
Sometimes everybody. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person if you go.
Did Gina just say shit happens? We're talking about somebody dying? I don't even know what to say. You know what? I'm just going to focus on that and get her to bed, okay? I'm just trying to be nice.
Shannon is advocating for Noella because 3 years from now, she'll be able to say to Noella, remember when everybody was on you and you were going through that horrible time and I got everybody to back off?
I get it that there's issues, but think of when you were in your dark time.
Never acted like that. Nope. She likes to be there when people are down. But when you're up, she wants to drag you back down. Dark time, light time, best time, worst time, never acted like that. She's getting got a very large check, and it's so the
But here's
worst
the
thing in
thing.
the world.
If you're going through something so horrible and something's, I'm done with it.
I'm sorry. I'm done.
It's
joke. It's a joke. I don't have sympathy. There's no demon dust in the world. It's a joke. Guys, it's a joke. The wax minutes. I'm out.
Oh, hey, Gina.
I'm done. And a dog. And I don't know. She talks like this and a coffee. And then we want some coffee. We want some coffee talk. I'm done with this situation.
How do you feel about Noella, Gina?
Her voice. What was she wearing? That white coat with that fake ugly fur? Like, it was so cheap. It's like, I can't. I mean, this is even prettier than, this has got initials on it.
The best part about this week's show were the comments that you sent us on YouTube for last week's show, our recap.
Okay.
So I think we're done with the show.
There's
if you
nothing
want to
else.
stick
There's
around,
nothing
we got
else.
some comments for you. And if you're not sticking around, follow us on Patreon, okay? Because you're going to love our content there. Fresh episodes every week. These are your comments on our YouTube channel. From Claire Dawson, all Noella talks about is her sex life. We get it, love, but she's trying so hard and it's coming off fake. I just think she's not right for the show. Maybe if she dropped the act, she would come across
That's
better.
what I always say. All my British people, they're from England. Claire Dawson. Yeah.
Jessica Tully, Gina, Emily, and Heather are the biggest bullies. Gina thinks who she is all of a sudden is annoying AF. Kathleen McRae, well, Kelly, I want to say thank you for busting Emily. That was last week when you revealed the text messages. This exhibits Emily's true self. Her theatrics, while denying she said anything about Heather, was over the top. Since your statement, she's probably enduring some sleepless nights. You got caught, Emily. I don't know if she's losing sleep, but...
No, she's not.
Kay Kitty wrote, you two are so thorough. I actually enjoy watching your episode breakdown before I watch the episode. And then I pay attention to the things you point out.
That's great.
Yvette Wilson, I'm sorry, but I find Noella classless. She gives me Bronwyn vibes. You
She
said that
does.
too.
I say that too.
She will do or say anything to stay on the show. I have to disagree with you guys. I don't find her smart or pretty.
Oh.
I liked Gina until she turned OC. OC? She was much more honest when she was playing the Jersey girl. As for Heather, I can't stand her. Fake. Leanne M. Kennerson wrote, agree. Hard to watch. Watching you both is pure truth and entertainment. Patty Arthurs wrote, oh my God, on point. This show has become a national joke.
It's a joke. It's a joke. And you know what? I'm not bitter. I can't watch it. I mean, listen, I watched Miami last night.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it's a fun show to watch. That's what you want. You want mindless sort
I
of
like Miami.
popcorn entertainment, real relationships.
Yes.
Maybe some real fighting, but also
Jersey
some...
too. Jersey and Miami. That's like, I like watching those shows.
Yeah, this show there's zero chemistry.
There's zero chemistry.
They ruin the cast. I mean, the cast sucks. Marsha Daniels, love your show. Oh no, he didn't, 44. This is better than the show. Happy Guy, I quit watching the OC because Kelly isn't on. It's a bunch of boring old ladies and I'm not about their stupid drama anymore. Team Kelly!
Happy Guy, thank you.
Kimberly Down Under, I can't watch it anymore. It makes me nauseous watching Heather. She's so fake, condescending, and needs a wake-up call. Angela, we appreciate the time you two give us. You could be doing anything but choose to entertain your fans. A million thanks.
Aw, thanks, Angela.
That's so nice.
So nice.
Google CB wrote they need to bring Kelly back.
I don't want to go back. Not to that with those casts. Ugh.
Well, we have some suggestions for a new cast. I stopped watching after the 3rd episode. I just watch your recaps from far more entertaining. Can't remember a season I just stopped watching. Worst season ever. It's the worst rated season ever. That's confirmed.
Yeah.
Michelle Fuentes, Heather is so wrong. She's not God. Really, why is she even on this show? Good Lord, I've watched the OC since day one, and this is by far the worst group I've seen. They let go of you and Tamara and a few others that made this show. I do love Shannon. I think she has grown so much. But what is Andy thinking with this BS of Mean Girls? Like, WTH. Molly O'Brien, we need Kelly, Tamara, and Vicky back. Until then, I won't watch. Karen Lamb, RHOC is so painful I stopped watching and just watch your recap.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
You don't need to watch the regular show. There's no there. You can watch it in one fell swoop.
Carmelia Millie said, I officially stopped watching OC. It's a bore. Bring back Kelly, Tamara, and Vicky, please. And we have 2 more.
Okay.
Yo Will Choey discovered this podcast last night, talking about this show. Watched all the cooking shows. Loved the episode with your dad and his refried beans. Epic. Today I binge watched every episode of your recaps on RHOC and did absolutely nothing but get up to refill my coffee cup. Miss you so much on this show, and I would suggest to Bravo if they want to bring the ratings back up, time to bring back the Real Housewives of Orange County. Get rid of all these fakes. And while I'm at it, love, love, love Rick and the way you guys are together. Real is back. Keep it up. And finally, from Candace Dincher, you are so right about Heather. She lied at the hoedown when Tamara hurt her wrist. I don't know about that. Is that true?
Oh, you didn't watch that? Yeah, she made it go faster and she bucked her off.
Whoa.
She's a liar.
It's like it never happened.
She said that she left on her own. Like, no,
Yeah.
she didn't leave on her own.
Well, she was offered a friend role in it.
But
She was butthurt, and so she quit. Right?
Yeah, she was offered. She
A
got
friend.
demoted.
She got demoted. And she admitted that later, but she didn't admit it at first. She lied about it.
Right.
And she lied about it again, and then she came clean. But then she's still not changing her story. She lied about the Chairgate fiasco with Shannon.
Yes.
Let's not forget how awful she treated Kelly in Ireland.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
She stinks, Gina stinks, Emily stinks. Forget about Jen and her dead eyes. Bring Tamara and Kelly back with Shannon and Noella. That would be fun. Perhaps.
I don't know if I could take Noella. Honestly. I mean, she seems nice enough and everything to me. Like, she's nice. She calls me. She's nice.
Yeah. Maybe
Right.
she'd be more real if you guys were on together and she had a real ally.
Well, what about what did they do with Shannon? It was like they almost kind of wanted Shannon off, like, because she doesn't have a friend.
Yeah.
Like, they all ganged up on Shannon.
They did. Well, that Shannon needs you back, and they need
I don't
someone.
want to go back. Like, I don't.
Well, then you won't.
Yeah. I want to do a show with you. I
Me
like
too.
this. This is fun for me.
It is fun,
That-
and we're gonna keep doing it.
It was,
and we're gonna
it
do
was
it.
more fun when I was with, my friends on there,
Right.
but like Gina and Emily, like Jen, like they all fly under the radar. They really haven't done much in the 4 years they were on. Jen's a little mute. She doesn't really say much.
I think Gina and Emily are both trying harder this season, and it's not working. I think that's why Gina's being so mean to Noella, and why Emily's doing all these crazy stunts, because they both think that they needed to step it up.
Yeah.
But it's fake. It just doesn't come off as legit
Right.
or authentic, and I think that's why one of the reasons the show is suffering.
Yeah.
Next week is the grand finale, if you can call it that, of this season. So we'll be back next week to review that show, and we appreciate your support. Don't forget RickKellyOnMask.com, where you can get your own
Thank you.
Rick Kelly mugs, and Patreon.com.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you very much. Have a great week. We'll be posting more stuff on this YouTube channel, so if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button.
Oh yeah, you get to watch our house makeover today.
Yeah, we're going there right now.
Okay.
Check on the progress.
Yes.
Take care, everybody.
Bye bye.